Yo, 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 and another yo. Ladies and gentlemen, it is OTV Live, and we're back. You know what I'm saying? This is the show for the independent creative. My name is D.Wise, and we got Standby Gypsy on the boards over there.
What's going on, D? How you doing, man?
I'm all right, man. I got my hat on tonight. I'm good.
What does that mean? What does that signify?
I don't fucking know. It's a bad hair day.
It's a bad hair day.
It's a bad hair day. Okay. We got a young lady in the building tonight. She goes by the name of Kasha. We're gonna introduce her and let you know what she does independently a little bit later. We're gonna do the top 10 independent albums in the country. We're gonna talk about what we did over the weekend. My weekend was a blur, man.
Oh yeah, yours was blurry, so was mine.
Yeah, I think for two different reasons though.
What I do with my phone? Everything's a blur.
Everything is a blur. This weekend, what the hell did I do this weekend?
I went to go see that movie Marshall, the Thurgood Marshall movie.
Really? How was that?
It was really good. It was really good. And one of the coolest parts about it, which made it kind of personal, was that it took place. He took a case that took in Connecticut, and part of it took place in White Plains. And they referenced White Plains, and they referenced Portchester twice in the movie. Yeah. So it was a Westchester, Connecticut case.
It was a Westchester, Connecticut connection. Yeah. And
really? Yeah, it took place in like the early 40s before Thurgood Marshall obviously became Supreme Court Justice,
right,
and stuff like that. When he was just
lawyer
for the NAACP.
Who was playing Thurgood Marshall? You don't even know.
I don't know.
Look at you.
You know, yeah, I know. You see me, I'm about to go right to the Google machine.
he was going straight to Google.
I'm really bad with actors' names.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna have to Google that shit.
But you know him. You're gonna be like, oh, that dude.
Yeah, there's a lot of dudes out there like that.
Huh?
They want to be recognized as, oh, that dude.
No.
I know.
Like, yo, that dude that was in that movie, in that thing, like a couple years back, fucking awesome.
It was done by Reginald Hudlin.
Reginald Hudlin actually directed this?
Chadwick Boseman.
Yo, what's up with Chadwick Boseman? He plays every black...
That's what I'm saying. Isn't he in Black Panther?
Wait. So he played Jackie Robinson.
Yes, that's right.
In 42, wasn't it 42?
That's right.
He played James Brown.
Yeah, he played James Brown. He was in Captain America. He was Black Panther in Captain America.
Right, and now he's playing Thurgood Marshall. He don't even look like Thurgood Marshall.
Nah, Thurgood was a light skin. I'm just saying, he was a light skin.
I mean, he was a light skin, ladies and gentlemen. He was a light skin.
But he did a great job. He did a great job.
Yo, this is what, you know what? And I'm kind of glad that he hasn't been pigeonholed and just doing biopics. I'm kind of happy that he's getting his just due, because I love Denzel, but I think Denzel is Denzel in every movie.
Dude, the new Denzel movie?
Which one is that?
It's got a weird name, something Israel. And he plays a civil rights lawyer. But it takes place now,
Okay,
and he's like out of touch.
Right. It's the same director as Nightcrawler.
Yes.
So, Kasha, have you ever seen Nightcrawler?
Yes, go ahead. You say what you're going to say, then I'm going to say what I was going to say.
So, oh, Lord. No, you know what, Kasha? You the guest, so go ahead.
No.
I wanted to hear your interpretation.
I'm just saying that all in all, it don't really matter, because Denzel turns whoever he's playing into him.
That is true.
That is true.
I don't think
he's
the person who could play a monumental figure, because you sitting there wondering.
Well, no, he did Hurricane. He was pretty good as him.
He still was Denzel.
He wasn't. I mean, when he did Malcolm X, he was Malcolm X.
Yo,
yeah, no.
Malcolm X was.
You know what?
That was.
I stand corrected.
But
you know what?
That's about it, though.
Yeah. No, you know what? Okay, so he won the Best Actor Oscar, because don't forget, he won the Best Supporting Actor before. I think it was for Glory. I think.
It's called Roman J. Israel, ESQ.
Right.
That's what it's called.
I think this is gonna be dope. But
nah, he looks crazy in the movie. He looks stupid.
So he won for Glory, but when he won the Best Actor award, you don't think he deserved it for Training Day? I thought he did a great job.
For Training Day. He won it.
No, but I'm saying Best Actor he won. He never won for Best Actor. He won for Best Supporting Actor before.
No, I think he deserved it for Training Day, because Training Day is Denzel. It's like he made it his own.
He didn't win Best Actor for that?
No.
Best Supporting Actor?
He won Best Supporting. That was his first
Oscar, right?
I didn't know
Right.
that.
He got nominated for Malcolm X. He got nominated for Hurricane, but he never won. He won for Training Day.
I think Jack Nicholson won for As Good as It Gets, the year Malcolm X.
Ooh, but you know what?
No.
I don't know, bro. I really enjoyed that film, though.
No, I did too, but
It just wasn't. It wasn't
come on.
that quality. I mean, come on now. Al Pacino won for Scent of a Woman. There's mad other movies Al Pacino should have won for.
But
Come
what
on.
was he going up? I don't know what he was going up against that year when he did Son of a Woman. I'm just saying. I think As Good as It Gets, Jack Nicholson performance isn't Oscar worthy, but I don't think it's better than an actor, basically morphing into
Another person.
Yeah, another person, someone as impactful and important as Malcolm X. I don't know how you lose.
Okay. I got you. Hey, listen, I have my own opinions about it. You know I'm a movie fanatic.
Yes, you are.
I'm big on movies.
I would like to hear your opinion on the trailer after you watch it.
Which trailer?
For the new Denzel movie. Roman.
Oh, I watched it already. I thought
you
it was
saw
going to
it?
be great. Yeah, I think it's going to be great.
Why does he look like Jamie Foxx in that movie where he's a homeless dude, dog?
Yo, let me tell you something.
How does Jamie feel being?
Jamie about to release some old crazy shit.
Is he?
I love Jamie.
Jamie's got a movie coming out next year. It's called All-Star Weekend.
Okay.
It's two friends. One is a LeBron fan and one is a Steph Curry fan.
Okay.
And they're trying to get to the All-Star Weekend.
Oh, so it's like a comedy?
It's a comedy, but it's like they got Robert Downey Jr. playing a Mexican.
He played a black guy in Tropic Thunder. Why not?
Right.
He executed.
Yo, that's the only time in black. Yo, I went to the movie theater with my boy who is a
Like militant black.
He's a militant.
Like,
yes.
And I had to
crazy.
Yeah, crazy. Yo, we was in the movie theater crying.
Yo, I'm
Dying.
just saying, some things,
delegation hereby
Accept that shit.
after that.
we the black delegation would like to vote in Robert
And I've had
Downey
white
Jr.
friends that asked me, how come he could do it? Because he did
Because it was good. Not only that, you know what? I'm in no shade.
Yeah.
But Tom Cruise killed it in that movie
Oh, he
too.
killed it. Killed it.
I'm gonna go home
He
and
said,
watch
I
it.
will fuck you.
We the black delegation would like to accept in Robert Downey the Jr.
All in favor, vote aye. Aye.
The eyes have it. We trading back OJ.
Oh. He been gone. He was.
No, that nigga came back. He on parole, nigga. We had to take him back. He on parole now.
Okay.
He good.
Touche.
He good money. He good money. We the black delegation. would
Can't
like to
find him
trade.
now. He getting smart.
Yo, did you see? Yo, they got pictures of him chilling with white bitches.
Oh, word, he's back on it?
Yo, he back on it. He like had a drink in his hand, and these white bitches was like, "Hi, Mister, bitch, don't you know anything? Haven't you learned anything? He killed
They
you."
got everything. They got
But he's probably getting chicks that were born in like
Yo.
94. You know what I mean?
But listen, even still, OJ.
Right.
You should.
I'm not
There's a
black,
song
I'm
about it.
OJ.
I was gonna say the song about it. Like, there you go.
Okay. We have went way off the fucking rails right now.
Alright.
We have gone way off the rails.
There's a whole nother show.
There's a whole nother. Oh man. Oh my God. No, I gotta sign in. This weekend was shit. I just DJ'd, man. Like literally, it wasn't. I didn't do any performances. I wasn't. You know what I'm saying? On stage, I found out that I'm in like one of the newspapers up here in Westchester.
Yes.
Okay.
Like they took a fucking picture of me, this little kid playing air guitar,
Nice.
or whatever. And I was just like, all right, I gotta get a copy of that.
That's the highlight. That was the highlight.
That was a highlight of my weekend. No, but I had all Naya, the baby, and the older kids all came over and we did movie night last night. So I had to get my ass up and drive all these kids to school this morning. I was like, yo, I'm not prepared for this shit.
Were they like climbing all over the car? And
Nah, man, they was just late.
I love dropping my kid in the morning.
You know what? I
She
can't
said, I
even.
love you for that one.
He's like,
Most
yo,
people
I got
regret it.
this
I'd be
shit.
like, it's 6:30.
Do you know where your children are? Yes, getting the fuck out of my house.
I put what my family calls my white mother voice on. That's what they say. I go, "Good
She's
morning,
your queen to be.
That's going to be my Halloween
I'll
costume.
be like,
Yo,
baby. Good
Yeah,
morning,
Keith.
dear.
yo,
Stop.
hold on. When we go see Black Panther, though,
Oh, actually, I'm going to wear that at
Yo.
the joint. I'm wearing
so
that.
everybody's wearing like Prince Hakeem and they going as Coming to America characters.
Oh.
I am going as a Black Panther, leather jacket,
Okay.
beret,
Yeah.
the fucking button in the front,
Yeah.
and I'm just walking around like this
All night.
right in New Rochelle.
Yeah.
Right. I'm going to see it in IMAX 3D. I already bought my tickets. I'm gonna be like this.
Oh, you already bought the tickets?
Yo, bro, I bought Star Wars already, and I already bought
Yeah, I got Star Wars.
Black Panther, man.
Okay.
I'm already on it,
I
baby.
might have changed it up because I was planning on doing sort of Roman or Greek gods with my son. We do our matching costumes, but I might have to make him an African prince now.
Oh Lord, here we go.
You know, I've been waiting for my day to walk like I got rubies and pearls around my head.
Rubies and pearls.
You said it.
Rubies and pearls.
You know my Instagram following is still asking for you ever since you sung that song.
We were in this is Kasha, Sue, and I, which is another friend. Hi, Sue. How are you?
So
We all went to Hawaii together,
Okay.
and we was having a good old fucking time. We got to stay more than a week. It wasn't.
Next time.
It wasn't long enough.
Yeah.
It wasn't long enough. The jet lag alone took like 3 days.
Oh, wow,
we were in
really?
there, yeah.
The jet lag alone.
And now we know a little bit more. So
Right.
We'll really get to, explore. I want to go back. I'm absolutely down for that.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be good. I think
Yeah,
it'll
but
be
I was
excellent.
like live on my birthday, and just talking to my Instagram following, and I'm talking about how I need to find me an African prince so I can get me a Nigerian wedding.
Oh my god.
I'm dying to walk.
Get one of them Gucci Man
I'm
weddings.
dying to walk
The
like
Gucci.
this.
Oh
Yeah, I'm
Jesus.
dying to walk like royalty, and then he comes out of nowhere.
She's your queen to be.
Yo, till this day, they still eating that up.
Really?
They're like, "Where's
Shit.
homeboy?" who
Yo,
bust
where's
it out?
homeboy that be singing that shit?
He sounds
was-
just like that. nigga.
I did that shit at my best friend's wedding.
Okay.
So I told my best friend, I was like, "Yo, dude, I'm gonna sing at your wedding."
Yeah.
He was like, "Yeah, man, I got you."
Yeah.
So I.
You tell me you didn't even tell him you was going to do it?
Yo, my dude, I come out with the old, remember back in the day, everybody had that old school the kente cloth like sash.
Yes.
That you used to put
I had
on the
one. Yep. I had one.
So wait, I had the African kente cloth over the shoulder,
Yep.
and I had the kufi, and I tipped it to the side on my dreads. So I came out and
With the locks, I could just see it. Oh, man.
and I came out. I had my tux on, but I had the African garb on top of it, and I walked out with the 2 fingers up and was just like, "Please, please, silence." And I got to the mic, and I had the microphone set up right in front of them, and I could see he turns red, and he's like, "Fuck," he's
What
going.
is this nigga about to do?
He was like, "This motherfucker."
What I get myself into?
He was like, "Fuck!" I told him he could sing.
Why not think like,
And his wife is sitting there like, "Oh shit, what is he about to do?" And I was like, "She's your queen." Everybody fell out.
would it been?
Everybody fell out.
That's awesome.
But then I ended up singing "Amazed" by Lone Star, the country song.
Okay.
Yeah, man. So it was good. But listen, ladies and gentlemen, we first of all we got to talk about our sponsor. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight's episode is brought to you by Koi Creative Space, located in White Plains, New York, right on Mamaroneck Avenue. If you don't know about this spot, you need to know. Go to koicreativespace.com and speak to Ryan or Manir. We don't even call him by his first name no
Just
more.
call him Manir, right?
Manir. Yo, Manir. So
Yo, Manir!
the reason why that came about is because I was working in the studio and he left fucking cans of paint in front of his house, and it was evening. I couldn't see them bitches. I fucking bolted them shits down the street with my Jeep. I hit them shits, and the whole street was covered in white paint. And I was, and I was like, "Yo, Manir, yo, what's up with the paint?" And he comes out saying, he was like, "Yo, D," he was like, "D, son, not in front of the house." He was like, "How the fuck am I supposed to sell this shit now?"
Well, take them over there and show them. This is what the color looks
Yo,
like.
there's still paint on
the ground.
the
this
asphalt
day?
to this day. Still, there's still drops of paint.
Oh man.
Drops of Jupiter in her hair. Hey, hey. Hey, 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 hey. All right, go to Koi Creative Space, mention OTV Live, and they'll give you 20% off of your membership, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, man. Yeah, bro. I love my life. I have to say that.
We got good lives, man.
Yeah, man. We good.
Okay with that.
All right, so we're going to get into the top 10 independent albums in the country.
Do it.
Ladies and gentlemen. So, oh, wait a second. What the hell? Okay, we good. We got some people watching. You know what? Let me turn it on. Doo-doo. All right. Jenny, what's going on? Who else is back here? Nia, what's up? Top 10 independent top 10 independent albums in the country, ladies and gentlemen. Kasha, if you know any of these, please. Yeah, you can do whatever the hell you want. Number 10 this week is Whitney Payton, and the album is called Firecracker, Pyro Edition.
Why you had to say pyro like that?
Pyro.
Why is it gotta be firecracker?
Because that's what it is, man.
He made it sound racist.
I did a little bit.
It's all right. You ain't got to worry about that, man. You good.
I'm just because the imagery of the white blonde doll. I didn't know if there was like she might have been trying to make a social commentary about it.
With the doll, I think they
She's
just
blowing it up.
okay.
I don't know.
She's actually, you know what's crazy? She's a rapper.
So maybe
She does hip hop. It's like hip hop, rock, and like metal merged together.
Wow.
But she's a rapper. She's from outside of Philadelphia.
Okay.
Which is crazy.
Yeah.
A lot of people do not put themselves on the album covers. I've been looking at this recently, and a lot of bands and a lot of people, they're not putting their faces on album covers anymore. And I don't understand why. But anyway, number 9, Citizen. And that album is called As You Please. I know Citizen. How about you?
No,
never
familiar.
Citizen is a rock band. They've been out for a while. Let me see how
It's
many.
like the 90s.
Yeah, man.
Maybe I have heard of them. I mean, I couldn't pick.
No, of course. Yeah, they've been out since. They're a New Zealand band.
Okay.
Wait. No, that's Citizen Band. I want Citizen. That's crazy. You got two bands. You got Citizen Band, and then just Citizen, which is weird.
So it's two citizens and a citizen band.
No, there's one Citizen, and then there's a Citizen Band from New Zealand.
Okay.
I'm trying to figure out where the hell is Citizen, like the actual.
Probably
I wanna know who
Arizona
does
or something.
Their promotion that they didn't think we should try. Probably
No, they probably Citizen. They're from Ohio.
Okay.
So they like emo indie rock. They've been out since like 2009, but I know a couple of the players actually played in some other bands back in the 90s and 2000s. So they're fairly, I guess you can say fairly new, but not really. I heard them back in like 08, 09. But number 8 is Macklemore, down from number 5 last week. Is Gemini. So this is without his partner. I keep on forgetting that guy's name. But Ryan Lewis, yeah, there you go. Yeah,
It's crazy
so
because he was independent.
he's still independent.
Yeah, yes.
He's still independent.
Now he's the partner.
Trying to get it. Number 7 this week is Casey Donahue, 15 years, The Wild Ride. If nobody knows who Casey Donahue is, he is a country singer, country rock singer. He's been out for who knows, for forever. He's got 10 years. He's 15 years actually since his first album. His first album came out in 2006, and every single album he's put out has all been independent releases. And this last one, he just released the album last year. So this is his compilation album that he's done all the hits that he's done, and he made it to the top 10. Number 6, down from number 1 last week, is Tamar Braxton, Bluebird of Happiness.
I don't like that title.
I knew you was gonna say something about that.
I like her though.
I mean, it's weird. Tamar is an acquired taste.
And then the other thing is, it's just. I wonder what inspired the name. Maybe that's what it is for me.
I don't know.
Maybe if I understood, I could see it differently. But it just sounds like. Forgive me, but it sounds like a white album.
What?
Black soul singers don't name their stuff Bluebird of whatever.
Bluebird of Happiness. I don't know. I mean, the album cover is kind of dope. I liked it.
Can we see it?
Yeah.
Put it up right now.
Sure.
Yeah. He's gonna put it up right now. But
It just
Bluebird
doesn't pull me. You know what I'm saying? I hear Tamar Braxton, and then I hear
of Happiness.
and I'm like,
I mean, she independent. She could do whatever she want.
Sound like a Taylor Swift album.
Yeah, and then more Natasha Bedingfield or I got a pocket.
You really pulled out Natasha Bedingfield? Does anybody remember her brother?
Oh.
Her brother came out before her, and they both
Okay.
Pull the mic closer to you, babe.
I like this. Okay, I can give it the album cover.
Okay, yeah. Well, I mean, it's dope. I like it.
It's definitely nice. But, okay, Tamar.
All right. So number 5, they weren't on the charts last week, but they're back. The Darkness, Pinewood Smile. Nobody knows The Darkness?
Nope.
I Believe in a Thing Called Love. Got the feeling, dodging pain, and that you're making me feel.
Not from that. No.
The hook was touching you, touching me. You don't remember that song?
80 shit?
No, it sounded like an 80s record, but it was yeah, but it was in the 2000s.
This is an interesting cover.
I believe in a thing called love. That
Nope.
okay, forget it.
sorry.
All right, well, The Darkness is back. I think they broke up. I think this might be their second album after the breakup, but this is called Pinewood Smile. Number 4 this week is J.D. McPherson. I have no idea who this guy is, but I'm going to look him up right now because I didn't get to prep any of this, but looks like he's been, damn. He's 40 years old. He's from Tulsa, Oklahoma. He does rhythm, rock and roll, rhythm and blues, and this is his 3rd album that he's releasing. And he has hit the U.S. Heat charts every single time out. He's been number 1.
Interesting.
He's been number 1 every time he's been out for the last 2 albums.
His artwork looks like, remember those children's books, those Shell's Silverstein books?
Right. That's what it looks like.
Yeah.
Undivided Heart and Soul. All right, number 3 this week is the Black Dahlia Murder, and the album. That's the name of the album, and the artist. No, the name of the artist is the Black Dahlia Murder, and the album is called Nightbringers.
Perfect for Halloween.
That's true, but they're hardcore.
Yeah,
I listen to them; they're definitely hardcore dudes. Number 2 this week is they're back again. BTS. They are a Korean Japanese pop group, and they have the number 2 independent album in the country right now.
They are the Metallica of South Korea.
North Korea, man.
North Korea. They're from North Korea?
No, that's from South
That's
Korea.
what I'm saying.
You're right.
I don't think they're allowed to have music in.
Nah, any country where they say that the leader of their world does not pee or poop.
You telling me my man doesn't pee or poop? You trying to tell me my man doesn't pee or poop?
Yo, my dude. Yo, that was in another episode. You said the same thing. You trying to tell me you don't pee and
You
poop?
telling me my man don't pee and poop? That was one of the best movies ever that I saw because you remember because everyone was like, "Oh, you can't see it, you can't find it." And all
Yo,
of
they
a sudden
made
I found it.
they made a shitload of money. I actually ordered
It
it.
was so funny.
I ordered it on YouTube and watched it from YouTube.
Yeah, I think that's what I did too.
Right. Because when they released it, I was just like, what? I was like, so they banned it? Are you serious?
And it wasn't anything that I thought it was gonna. I thought it was gonna be like a serious,
No, but-
somewhat serious. Is that me? I'm sorry.
That's all right, man. You got the default ringer on.
Yeah,
too.
I know. This is old. I need to get a new one.
Damn, son. You got
You gotta change that every time you're around another iPhone. Y'all all gonna be.
who is that? Who?
Right.
Who? Is that me? Is that me? All right, number 1 this week is NF, and the album is called Perception. Uh-oh, somebody texted me. I don't know.
Sexting you.
Somebody sex.
Oh, sexting you? Someone's sexting you?
No,
right now?
somebody's texting me, man.
Oh.
What the
I purposely came out here and said I gotta go do an interview and let my phone die so I could drive my boo crazy. So
Oh man, he gonna
What
be
did
like,
he do
yo,
wrong?
you gotta say you got a Mophie packer, yo. I'm out here with no charger or nothing, Jesus.
I got a strange man driving me to and from places right now.
Oh, no, it's just the Lord.
Yo, you stupid. Yo, NF is a Christian hip hop artist, and he has the number 1 independent album in the country.
I love the fact that they're innovative with Christian music, but I don't like the fact that I hear some songs and that I have to listen to the lyrics before I dance and realize I probably should be popping my ass to this Jesus music.
Yo, but it's real.
Yo, it's crazy. Yo,
It's
it's
such a
crazy.
thin
You're right,
line.
because There was another kid there was a Christian rapper that came out like 2 years ago, and he had the #1 album in the country.
And people didn't realize we
And nobody and you know what was I'm not gonna say it's effed up. No, I am gonna say it's effed up. They had him sitting in with the Roots. They didn't give him a spot to perform on Jimmy Fallon. They had him rapping in between commercial breaks. I'm like, yo, you got the #1 album in the country, my dude, and you can't get on the stage and perform.
Yeah.
Like you're literally standing next to Black Thought, like rapping.
That's crazy.
Like what? I'm trying to figure out who in his team thought it would be okay for him to be sitting in with the band.
It should have been his rider that or something like. How you gonna have me come on a national television show? You know
And you not even
and I can't get no type of real
performance?
publicity over it? No.
That shit is crazy. But let's introduce our guest formally, ladies and gentlemen. This is Kasha Johnson, ladies and gentlemen, and she is a multi-talented marketing and virtuoso. Can I put it like that? All right. So just tell me the areas that you definitely like excelled in. So I know that you do campaigns for just.
That's the bread and butter.
Okay, that's the bread and butter. So you know what? Let me let you just go ahead and speak on it.
So personally, for me, I have no idea how I ended up in the stuff.
Right. Yeah. Take me from the beginning.
But basically, my son was diagnosed autistic when he was going on 3. And at that point, I kind of determined that I needed to start doing something that allowed me to be hands-on with him, and free up my schedule, but still be able to obviously pay the bills.
Right.
So I actually worked in community organizing for a nonprofit, and then a former coworker of mine went into politics and called me one day and was like, "Oh, I got this campaign. I need somebody to come." I was like, "I don't know a damn thing about no damn campaigns." And he was like, "You're an organizer. You know it. You just don't know you know it." So that was the Cy Vance for District Attorney campaign when he first ran.
Okay.
And so they asked me to come on and run the field operations for like things in Harlem. It's my home, so obviously that was really a no-brainer. And I kind of got into it, and I loved the energy, right? Like campaigning is high energy. It's long hours. It's a lot of stuff with it, but it's a lot of good energy. And then I saw an opportunity for networking. So I said, you know what? Let me not be close to it. And then I realized that whether I was community organizing or not, I was still talking to the same damn people. If you work in clergy, you're still talking to politicians and community organizations.
Right.
If you're in community organizations, you're talking to clergy and politicians. So I'm still dealing with the same people that I've been dealing with. So it was helpful that I came with those relationships. I was able to make some things happen. And honestly, from there, I don't think I've interviewed for a job since.
So how long ago did
that was in
08, 09?
That was 08, yeah, 08. So after that, someone who I guess recognized me from the prior campaign called me and was like, "I know you just finished the campaign for Cy Vance, but we got John Liu and he's running for comptroller." And I was like, I met John, and that is like the most hardest working candidate I think by far I've ever worked with. And I went for it. You know what I'm saying? So why not? Let's do it.
Right, let's do it.
And so it was another opportunity. Both of those were successful campaigns. They won their seats, and so it's always good to be attached to a win. And I came, the firm that was consulting on those campaigns at the time was Bill Lynch Associates, and rest in peace, his old Bill Lynch is now passed, but he is known as like one of the like black pioneers in this politics thing, and widely respected strategist. So it was good that I was coming in under his umbrella.
Okay.
Because being associated with him was just like being associated with Prince if you were in music. It almost felt like
okay.
so. And then from there, it just became more opportunity. More people call, more opportunities, different, someone says, "Hey, I want you to run a race. I want you to," and I got into it. About a year later, I was asked to help organize on a march. It was basically we're working with the NAACP. It was a very big national action, and then from there on, it's just like now I'm working with labor. Now I'm working with
So the floodgates just open.
Yeah, and meanwhile, most of the things that I'm doing, I can do from convenience of my computer on my home.
Right.
Why not?
Okay, so let me stop you. We're gonna come back to that. So you were born and raised in Harlem?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, so what kind of pre-existing, like, how did you get these skills in order to, learn how to, like, did you take up marketing? Did you take up strategies and all that in school? Like,
I went to school for business.
Okay.
But I'm going to be honest, and I won't say, I don't believe that going to school for business taught me a damn thing. I just feel like we talked about stuff that I felt like was common sense and I already knew. But, for the sake of it, it looks good to go to school and all that good
no,
stuff.
of course. No, I get it.
To be totally honest, this is the first industry that I stepped into. It's not really about where you went to school. If you're good and you're successful in it, they're going to call you. They're not necessarily asking you where you studied, because your skill, you can be book smart as day. When you're in campaigns, you have to understand social climate. You have to understand communities. You have to understand what people will and will not respond to. If I'm working a campaign in a community like Harlem, I got to understand that what resonates with these voters and what's important to these people is not important to the people out in Long Island, or
Right.
They have different issues.
I never looked at it like that.
So what I found was, you have to have a strong ability to organize, because you're organizing people. You're strategically figuring out where you need to focus your time, and when you're on a campaign, you want to focus on the people who are more likely to vote. You want to figure out what's important to those people. You got to figure out how to encourage those who are not so likely to vote.
Okay.
It's a lot of different components, but it all comes down to being a person. If
Right.
I'm going to work in Harlem, they don't care about certain things, but they do care about being displaced from their homes. They do care about maintaining landmarks, because we got a lot of history. We got a lot of things like that we don't want to see get knocked down to be the next Whole Foods. So
Right.
you got to be able to connect with those things and then translate that into a message that's deliverable, that people will respond to, all while making sure that it also is reflecting of the candidate that you're working with, that this is what they stand for. So, I mean, I feel like it's one of those things that you kind of you get into it.
Right. And once you get in,
you can't. There's a lot of big egos, but I find that you shouldn't have a big ego if you really want to learn, because you're going to come around some people who've been doing this 20, 30 years.
Right.
And you
can learn from them.
You want to take what you can learn from them, but it's also a thing where you got to be innovative, because issues in our social climate is constantly evolving and changing.
Right.
And
you have to stay with the sign of the times.
May not be
Right.
the same today, and people got a different energy behind the reason they're doing things now.
Got you.
So,
Okay. So from the entertainment side of it, you have to deal with a lot of people on that side of it as well, when it comes to fundraisers.
Absolutely.
When it comes to, so I'm trying to get it so my audience is pretty much for independent creative people. I need you to, like, everything you're saying right now is everything that they need to be doing to get their brand going.
How do you be the person that they keep calling without the interview, or be the person that they want to contract?
Right. Because I mean, that's your expertise. That's your specialty.
I say first thing is you lead with your personality. That's number one.
Some
right?
people don't have that.
And if you don't, then you have to showcase your skill. Right? Now, oftentimes, especially in a sort of industry like this one, which is competitive like many other industries are, you got a whole bunch of people out there who's saying that they're the best at it. There's a whole bunch of people who's going to tell you, I know how to get you to win. I know how to do this. I've been doing this. I've been taught by this. So you got a whole bunch of people speaking the same thing. But, some of them are notoriously taking contracts and not delivering, right?
Right.
You have to be the person that's forward. If I think I'm working with a candidate who isn't going to win, I'm not going to tell them they're going to win. Ouch. I'm going to tell that candidate, this is an opportunity to build your image. You don't have name recognition.
Right.
Why does that sound like every time I go on a date and they just let me down? Like, see the way your bank account is set up.
Let
me holler at you, boy.
Right.
I like you. You cute, but you ain't got shit going.
Right, exactly. You ain't gonna get no votes. In other words, you ain't getting no pussy.
But okay, can you tell me what was the most difficult one that you had to do? Because you've done
My most difficult race, and it was actually a loss, was the second time John Lew ran for mayor.
Okay, I remember him.
Difficult because he wasn't able to get matching funds through the city on a campaign where matching funds make sense. You know, people say, for example, donate $10, that translates to $70 for the campaign. But if you don't get approved for matching funds,
How the hell is that?
because the city will match the funds on the race for certain city level seats,
Yo,
they will match the funds.
that's
on the race.
crazy.
Yeah.
So anybody that donates $10,
You donate, if you donate 100 it's 700 if you get matching funds. But the terms of matching funds is that those donations have to come from people who live within the district.
right?
So they're donating money to support your candidacy, and if people from this community will do that, we match it to times this. And,
Okay.
And really that money ends up coming back out because that's money that we use to pay for the people who are walking the streets, canvassing, knocking doors, people who are on the phone making phone calls, the print shops,
Right.
all, that money
The
is
local
going, it's going
businesses.
back out there. It's
No,
supposed-
of
it's-
course.
So but it basically, when you're running a city level race and you don't get matching funds, that's a big disadvantage.
Right.
And someone else is getting 7 times their dollar. So he wasn't able to get those funds because of some funny business with money.
Of
right?
course. And you
Although
talking about politics, there's always some funny
the thing
business
is,
with
though,
money.
It wasn't him who was responsible.
No,
it was
I
an
got you.
underling, but it affected him. And honestly, it was really, really tough because it was the year that Bloomberg had finally gotten out the seat,
Right.
and you had De Blasio, Thompson. You had a whole bunch of people running that year. It was like 5 different candidates.
Right.
And the reason why it was difficult is because I really believed he was the most qualified. So it's always tough when you got.
You can see the most qualified
don't
motherfuckers don't
always.
get it. Yeah.
He
As you know.
one of the most hardworking people that you really
Right.
come across, who you believe they get the job and they're really going to do it. This is the kind of guy who'll come and say, I know what's going on in the projects, because he went and he slept and spent the night for a week in somebody's house in the projects to see how they was really living, and then we'll try to figure out how to integrate the change from, so to see that the only thing that caused him to not win is that
Yeah, that
he didn't
matching
have
funds,
the,
right? He didn't have the
finance behind it to have the powerhouse campaign that he needed. That was very difficult.
Okay, so there's 2 things that I wanted to bring up. First one is with branding, which you deal with all the time. What is the most difficult thing that you need to tell your candidates in order to get their brand? Because that's what it is. The name, whatever.
You're trying to figure out how to make that person, they're marketable. How can we get people to like them? So there's a few things that you're going to end up coming across. One, it's like, let's put all the dirt on the table today. Let's not surprise ourselves with it later.
Wow.
If you got something, let's get it out there.
You know what that reminds me of? The Devil's Advocate.
It's true. You got to control it. You have to control the narrative. If it's going to go out there, let us put it out there so we can control the narrative. If you let someone else put that information out there, you
Then
look suspicious.
you look
And you're
suspect.
trying to tell me that you're a leader with integrity, that I want to manage the discretionary funds.
I want my audience to listen to this, because if you're branding anything, you need to listen to this woman right
It's
now.
going to come back some way or another. If you're in a competitive field, the reality is there is somebody else out there who wants that position, who wants it too.
They want that slot.
Right. People respect forwardness. You know what I'm saying? And to be honest, depending on what you may have done, it may determine whether you should even be in a position to run for the seat in the first place. Like,
All right.
let's just be real. Nobody's electing a child molester or something like that.
Right.
You know?
Anthony
So-
Weiner.
Yo.
Same.
You know something?
And brother, yo,
worked
actually,
with Wiener's people for all of 2 weeks. It's like, oh no.
yo, it's like a train. It's like a train wreck. But not only that, the man is qualified.
He is extreme. Do you know how successful he was as a congressman?
Oh, he was awesome.
He was amazing. So it was like things like that is what makes it like crazy.
Okay, so we'll get back to the narrative. All right, so
we're gonna go back
getting
to
in front of
branding.
it. Okay,
Right,
we're
so
branding.
get
So
in front of your issues.
right, go on.
I think the other part of it, people can detect authenticity to some extent. You know what I'm saying? People are tired of hearing the same things
Right.
about change and about what you're going to do, and I'm going to create jobs and bring housing.
Right. All that
Like,
shit.
That sounds good. They want to hear that you have to stand out. So you have to bring them not only this is my platform, but this is how I plan to implement it, and it needs to be realistic. So
It has to be genuine.
right. It needs to come from a good. If you know for a fact that you can't impact change on this particular issue, and you know you want to address it, let's talk about that next time you run after you win. But right now, let's pick something that you actually can zero in on and focus. That throughout
Right.
the campaigns, through the duration of the campaign, we can actually do things
Like a
that actually
checklist.
starts the process on it. For example, I want to help decrease issues that are happening in NYCHA housing. We can start doing that today. And that way, while you're running, you can say, well, I've been going to I went to the NYCHA meetings. I found out about a couple issues. One woman in particular took me to her home. I saw how she was living. I called down here. I got them up there. They fixed the problem. That way, they see the action in it, and you're not
Right.
just about talk. So I think it's really important to be smart about sort of what your platform is. What
Right.
are you presenting?
Show them what you got.
Right. It doesn't have to be the cliche things. It just has to be something that you can deliver on.
That's number 2, ladies and gentlemen. First one, get the problems out in the beginning. Secondly, be genuine and show them what you can do.
It's about knowing your capability, and you know what I'm saying. And as you get into these elected seats, of course, as they're more seasoned in it, they begin to be more. They can impact more change because they got a little bit more power with time.
Okay.
But when you coming into it and you're trying to tell someone and convince someone of that, you have to lead with what you can do. Lead with what your background is. Tell them what you have done, and tell them what you want to continue to do.
Okay.
9 times out of 10, that'll get you somewhere. And you can't be shy. And this is a big one, and I don't think it just applies to politics. You cannot be shy about asking for money. Now, I say that because everything has a price. If you want to market yourself, if I wanted all those flyers people handing out in the corner, they cost money. It costs money to design it. It costs money to print it.
Right.
Right? And it's the same thing with anything you're trying to market. Whether you have a media platform, whether it's a website, whether it's a social thing, you're going to have to pay someone to monitor it if you can't do it yourself. Keep your social media up to date. Or everything is going to have a price tag, and that's in any industry. If you are in a situation, especially where your thing is, you need funding, you need sponsorship, you need people to sign on, you deliver that platform, but you can't be afraid to say, this is who I am. And
Right. And I
I
need
need you to give me $500
You know
to
who
keep doing it.
you know who else said that? Star from Star and Buck Wild. Now he hasn't been on the radio
In a
for
while.
for
He's
a
on
long
YouTube,
time.
though.
He's got his own YouTube
It's
platform.
called Shot 97, actually.
Yeah, Shot 97 is his
Yeah.
website. But the thing was, he was just like, yo, listen, he was just like, I am independent. He was like, I don't, everything that I'm making right now is I have to pay for all this. He was just like, so I set up, a PayPal or he was just like, support the brand. He was just like, Shot 97, I got to pay content, I got to pay for this, that. He was just like, and people are telling me that I'm begging people for it. No, I'm not begging anybody for anything. He was just like, if you want this.
Didn't he get a chunk of money from 97 before he
Of
left?
course he did, because they breached his contract.
Yeah.
But he was saying the same thing that you're saying.
Yeah, some people are very shy about asking for those types of things. And then the reality is, like, for example, first of all, you got people who are very willing to support you, number one. Most people have a base of people who will support them.
Here we go.
reach
You
out
hear that?
And you ask.
Yo, it's so crazy
Right.
because we were just talking about musical acts, and they're that core 100 people. He was like, if you have 100 people that will buy your product every single time that something comes out, he was just like,
Got consistency.
you got consistency. He's like, you can make money.
That's like winning a re-election.
Right.
You think because I asked you last 2 years ago when I ran, I'm not going to ask you again? Hey, we back at it again. It's time to do this again. Like,
Right.
You have to go back. 9 times out of 10, even a donor on this campaign, if you gave me $50 in March, I'm asking you for another $50 in September.
Right.
I need it, bro. You know what I'm saying? And the reality is that's because things have a price tag. So you can't be afraid to ask. I've worked with some very difficult candidates in that area, and it costs them their race.
Right.
You don't got the money, you can't do it.
My next question that I have for you is from a political standpoint, we don't have to get deep into politics. How impactful is the quote unquote church or black vote? Because I remember back in the day, because we were having this conversation before. We were having it when we had the gospel singer in, and I said, in the 50s and 60s, the church population, the camaraderie of different churches from north all the way going down to the south, out west, midwest, or whatever, was potent. Like, when they said the bus boycott, we doing it nationwide.
It didn't change. It ain't different. It's still the same.
You think so?
Let me tell you why. I haven't had a single campaign who hasn't reached out to all the pastors. You got to do all of that.
No, of course.
You have
but
to do
is it
gotta,
as strong? Is my question.
Because most congregations will vote the way that their pastor is. You got to show up. You got to go speak to those people. They get to see you on Sunday, sitting next to them. You know what I'm saying?
So it's still a big thing.
Yeah, it's a big deal, and they give money.
Of course,
They give money and they give resources.
Okay.
Because when you're in a political position, and they're gonna look at you, and they're gonna need you one day too. But like, for example, when we need to mobilize seniors to vote on election day,
right?
As opposed to potentially, which is big, right? Because
their vote is big.
They may be 80, but they get out and they put their vote in primary elections and general elections. If you don't understand, primary is where the real bread and butter is. You win a primary seat, you 9 times out of 10 you take in a general. But instead of buying and paying for vans, churches got them. Guess we're gonna do? We're gonna call our church supporters. We're gonna ask them to help
get them to get them out to vote.
Can we help mobilize our seniors when
get them vans ready, baby?
When we need to feed people on election day, that's a 13-hour, 14-hour work day for most people. They're there from the beginning when polls open to the end of the day. You got to get them lunch. You have to be resourceful,
right?
So it's good to have those relationships because that's community, and churches are safe havens in the community. They're trusted, so
right.
It definitely still impacts. Another huge thing is nowadays is labor, though.
But my question is about the church. I have made a point that now that these churches, nonprofit organizations, are now, okay.
Talk about it.
I feel that when the candidates were not going to the black churches and getting their vote, our camaraderie between us was tight. Now, when we have the flip side of it, now that the politicians say, we need to get these black churches or these churches in on this, the churches are taking money from state, city, things of that nature. I don't feel that the cohesiveness is still there anymore, because they know at the end of the day, if the church is going to upset somebody's apple cart, you know what I'm saying? Then the funding ain't coming no more. Cause I said to the gospel singer that we had in, I was just like, I think that's why we cannot do something like a bus boycott in 2018, because the money is coming from other places.
You gotta pay for the bus for the bus boycott. You gotta pay for it somehow.
Right.
Who gonna pay for the buses?
We were self-sustaining in black areas. We were self-sustaining. I don't think we were getting that much funding from
churches. Can be a very political thing now too.
Right.
Sure. Absolutely. I mean,
it's so weird because I was watching a documentary, and I got to go to my 5 independent questions. But I was watching a documentary, and it was saying that the Republican Party, the blacks or just minorities in general, were supporting the Republican Party all the way up until Nixon versus JFK. Then when Martin Luther King got arrested, Bobby Kennedy called Coretta and said, listen, we're going to support you, blah, 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 blah. Nixon didn't get the call. So when it got out, the black community said, oh, JFK is supporting MLK. We're going to go with the Democrats. And that's where the turn of the tide was.
I think, you know what I'm saying? I would say this, right? And the difference between then and now. Like you said, that whole cohesion of black people,
right?
Reality is just really doesn't exist the way it used to anymore.
Okay.
And that's not just in the churches. That's black community-based organizations,
black businesses.
All together, there really isn't a coalition like the way it used to be.
No.
And maybe it's
capitalism and creeped in and got us feeling good, man.
Shook it up a little bit, but people are motivated by different things in this day.
Right.
So back then,
working class was.
We really fought to have a certain place, and we still need to do that. But people have become, to some extent, comfortable, I think, And it
Right.
takes, like you see, it takes for people to get killed or something like that.
Yeah,
before
which
we-
is terrible,
before
but
we mobilize. But as it relates to tapping into that network, of the church network, I have to say that yes, it does become political. If a clergy member supported a politician who, in return, supported that church, brought them, funding or whatever the case is, even if you are the next best qualified candidate, it will take a lot for them to go against the grain, go against the incumbent who supported them, and to some extent, I can respect it because it's like, why would I turn my back on them? They've been looking out for us.
right.
But it definitely makes it harder for new age people to come through.
Okay, so how does the internet and social media, how has that changed the game?
Huge. It's huge. It's because even your grandmother got a Facebook nowadays.
My mama got Facebook.
You feel me?
I blocked her.
My
Sorry,
mother do
Mom.
too. She blocked me. That's a fact. All my friends got it still, and she don't got me. You know what I'm saying? She's like, I know you got some political connections. I know you be hacking my page.
Oh Lord.
She a picture disappears, and she's like, why don't you take my picture down? I don't have the power to take your picture down.
Right.
Your page, but
Yeah, that's something else.
It does impact it because the reality, especially like Black Twitter and all that stuff too. The reality
Yeah,
is
how is
a click of a second. It used to take. You know how long it used to take to spread information? Now it takes 1 second. You know what I'm saying? That share button, and that share button. If something goes viral, if something mobilizes, that's quite frankly it. And people are wise to use these tools not only because they're free. It doesn't cost anything to use Instagram, Twitter, Facebook.
right?
You know what I'm saying? But it's an easy way to get information out and keep people up to date, and that's the other part of it. So I can have a general platform, but it's nice if people feel like they're a part of what you're doing, and that's what social media helps people do. Even if you're a candidate, if I'm at an event, we got candidates going live now. I'm at the old Thomas Day, and
Right.
you know what I'm saying. But people feel the energy of the campaign. It helps bring people, and even if they can't be there every day, helping out, whatever.
Okay,
it
so
keeps people up to
it's
date.
bridging
I
bridging the
think
gap.
That makes sense in branding anyway. Consistency and constantly seeing your face, having the ability at any moment to post a picture, at any moment to put an update or a status, that people could get real time. I can say I'm live here right now at the scene of this. It's the energy and the momentum that you can't get if you have to wait to see it in the newspaper tomorrow or
Right.
something like that. So that's why I think social media changed the game. It accelerated
Right.
word of mouth.
Right, and it bridged the gap
New
between the
age
people
word of
that
mouth,
can't
yeah.
make it to the other ones. All right, so we're going to get to our 5 independent questions with Miss Kasha Johnson. Number 5, what does being an independent creative mean to you?
I think it means having control over your creativity, for one. I think for me, it's taking things that are already in place, not necessarily reinventing the wheel, but finding a way to make the wheel my own.
Okay.
Right? People don't just hire you for what you know. Once you get there and they see what you have to bring, the energy that you bring with you. In my sort of capacity, I may have to serve as a spokesperson of a campaign. I might be called on to make a comment on behalf of Kim. And it's
Gotcha.
the energy, you know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
People coming in to volunteer, they come in and do shit for free, right? I gotta be like, hey y'all, we getting ready to make some calls. You know, like it's all of that. So I feel like the fact being an independent creator for me is having the ability to take a standard job and adding me to that equation and that's what
making
makes
it-
it marketable. That's
Okay,
what makes
gotcha.
me marketable.
So number 4, would you sign to a bigger campaign, like major? Like if you needed, like if somebody called you and said, "Yo, we got a senator or a congressperson famous. We need you on the team." Would you?
I worked with Congressman Rangel's campaigns for several years. He was in his seat for over 50 years.
Mm-hmm.
That name, you know what I'm saying?
That name does ring bells in New York. Yeah.
Yeah, all over. He, quite frankly, especially because he's a working class guy. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But here's what I'll say. Like for example, in the presidential campaign that happened between Hillary and Donald,
Mm-hmm.
I did not work on Hillary's race, but I did work on fundraisers to help.
Yeah.
And then worked with 1199 SEIU, which was the biggest.
I know.
ministry.
My mom was part of 1199.
And I was out in Miami,
Mm-hmm.
and we were organizing at Florida Memorial University, trying to mobilize youth. And it wasn't necessarily vote for Hillary. It wasn't necessarily vote for Donald. It was vote period.
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather be on that side of things, sort of in campaigns like that.
Okay.
Because presidential races are so big, everybody could say they worked on Obama's race. Who you
Right,
gonna
because-
call to verify? Right?
True.
So, but in that capacity, we were able to get 7,000 college kids to come out. We had Rick Ross, we had T.I., we had
Wow.
Kendrick Lamar, we had all kinds of folks come out, and it wasn't like just, they didn't have to perform. It was just to talk about that.
Right. The importance of voting.
It was really, really big that we were able to get, some, like a lot of named folks to come out. And there was a bunch more people. But I would rather do that because
Gotcha.
I like the energy in that.
All right. Number 3, who are your major influences from a business standpoint? People that you've seen that do what you do, maybe in a different capacity, but they influence you to keep on going.
I will say, well, for one, it's the person who brought me into politics, even though they are deceased today. Like I said, I would definitely say Bill Lynch was one. And I mean, that was the guy who brought Mandela into the country. That's the guy that got our first black mayor in New York City elected.
Right.
And the reason why I would say for sure that because it was done at a time where black people weren't recognized for a lot of things. And to be able to...
I remember him. Wait. I met him on several occasions.
Yeah, I mean...
Bill Lynch, he was... Yeah.
This was a guy, I mean, and he wasn't just like politics. We did stuff with media. We worked with Harry Belafonte. We've done all kinds of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But the reason why I say it was a big influence for me is because he just has so much finesse. He had the ability to put the most stubborn of minds in a room and tell them, sit the hell down, this is what you're going to do, this is what you're going to do. And people respected it. And particularly here in New York City, the politics in Harlem and Bronx, they have shifted since this man passed away, because now when you go to vote, you got 13 people on a ballot.
Yeah.
That don't happen because now we dividing our vote. We lost our black Congress seat that we had for 50 something years, and shout out to my Latino people. I love y'all, but we lost our seat. And people can't do there needs to be somebody who can tell people shut up and sit down.
Okay.
So
Gotcha.
I would say that, and then don't laugh at me.
No,
But I like a person like a Mona Scott too.
Yo, listen.
Somebody who sees an opportunity. and
Mona
takes
Scott
it.
was at Violator. She was at Violator Management Company for years. She was Missy Elliott, Busta Rhymes. Like she was. I think she was managing LL Cool J at one time. Well, the company was. Maybe not her, but she was a part of it. But yeah,
would say
I
her-
told
I
him.
mean, my grandfather always said, if you're gonna be a fool, get paid for it, right? And people say a lot of stuff about loving hip hop and all that, but if they're gonna be fools, get paid for it.
Right.
And that's what I think I could respect about the fact that a person who could see an opportunity in something like that and build it.
All right, I got 2 more questions. This one. If you were offered a deal outside of what you do, money was no object, but you had to leave it alone. Like you couldn't do it anymore. You had to switch your whole life around to do another thing, but you would be paid. Would you do it?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Number 1, what is Miss Johnson's end game? What is your end game?
Self-sufficiency and stability is my end game. So right now I'm doing what works for me and my family, but I know that my areas and things that I have skills in stretches far beyond politics. I'm actually planning on going to school for psychology coming next year.
That's what's up.
I'm thinking about being a marriage counselor, which is a whole nother thing.
That's a
right?
whole
But
nother. Well, you deal with people all the time.
That's what it is.
Right.
I like interfacing with people, and people seem to like interfacing with me. So I like to be in social environments. I like to. I believe there's been a decline in traditional families and black communities and stuff like that. I want to try to help that sort
Right.
of thing. But people also seem to be comfortable talking to me. So I'm looking at that and I'm saying, here's where I am now. It brings good money. The only thing that I will say about politics that can be very difficult is because you're independent. You're not dealing with 401ks and all that. You have to prepare for your own future.
Right.
I think that it gives great money at the time, but I don't know if right now it's something that will offer the long-term plan of stability that I have in mind.
Got you. So where can everybody find you? Social media.
Well, my Facebook is Kasha Vannessa Johnson. No, but really, I'm on Instagram mostly, and it's all natural. AU_natural38.
Right.
I got a bunch of other Instagram pages. If they come up, they need to, but they're not. But that's my Instagram marketing side.
Say no more. Say no more. You can catch me at Mr. D.Wise on all platforms. That's Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Tell them where everybody can find you, Gypsy.
Go over to facebook.com/The Hangover Takeover. You're going to catch myself and Juju D'Amato. We're about to go live. We're about to have another food and drink segment. We brought back Smokehouse head chef Anum Bandeli's here.
Yeah. So is that the one on New Rochelle or the one in...
Well,
he
the
does
one in
both.
New Rochelle was the first one, but then they opened the one in Mamaroneck, and he moved over to Mamaroneck.
Okay.
I just got one question, bro. You didn't see my size? You didn't think I want to be a part of that?
I'm just saying,
Yo, one more thing. I have the video release party is going to be October the 29th. That's Sunday from 7 to 9 at Uno's Pizzeria on Central Avenue in Yonkers. So come on out. Get there around 8 o'clock. We're going to be showing the video right before we get out of there. So we're going to have some light refreshments. You can come on through. Once again, it's the Life Without You video release party, Sunday, October 29th. I got a Halloween party at Harlem Nights, October 31st. Halloween night. It's going to be crazy. So as always, ladies and gentlemen, keep it indie, baby. Peace. We out.
Good night.